Good morning, and here we are with lesson 10.6, Make Tally Charts. The question says, why is a tally chart a good way to show information that you have collected? I want you to stay with me so you can find out, okay?
Ava asks the children in her class which of three games they like the best. She makes a tally mark to show each child's answer. How can you find out which game the most children chose and which game the fewest children chose? You can find how many children chose each game and then compare the numbers. First, let's count the card game row. How many tally marks did Ava record for the card game? A group of 4 marks with a slash through them stands for 5. You can count forward 3 from 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, let's show the total as a numeral. 8 children chose the card game as their favorite. Next, how many tally marks did Ava record for the puzzle row? This group of tally marks stands for 3. You can enter the total as a numeral.
Numeral is meaning number.
3 children chose the puzzle as their favorite. Now let's count the board game row. This group of tally marks stands for 5. Let's show the total as a numeral. 5 children chose the board game as their favorite. Which game did most children choose? Eight children chose the card game, and 8 is the greatest number, so the most children chose the card game. Which game did the fewest children choose? 3 children chose the puzzle, and 3 is the least number, so the fewest children chose the puzzle. Let's make a tally chart to show how many of the boats in the picture have sails and how many don't have sails. You can put a tally mark in the first row of the chart for each boat with a sail. Then cross out the boats with sails after you make each tally mark. Here's 1 boat. 2 boats with sails. 3 boats with sails. 4 boats with sails. Now, let's make a tally mark in the second row of the chart for each boat that doesn't have a sail. Click the boats without sails to make the tally marks. Next, count the number of tallies in each row to get the total. How many tally marks are in the boats with sails row? Drag the correct number to the chart. That's right. There are 4 tally marks in this row, so there are 4 boats with sails. How many tally marks are in the row for boats without sails?
Number 5, 6, 7.
Correct. There are 7 tally marks in this row, so there are 7 boats without sails. This tally chart shows that there are more boats without sails than with sails.
Hey, Jeannie, what are you doing?
Oh, hi, Professor Berger. I'm doing research.
Research on what?
My friend's favorite foods.
Hey, well, that's fun because I have a math riddle I wanted to share with you that's about that exact same question.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. So here we're going to ask people about their favorite foods given the choice of pretzel, apple, or yogurt. And here's the question. What if 8 children out of 10 chose the yogurt? What snack would be the favorite?
I don't know.
Well, see, one way to collect information is to create a tally chart and actually use tally marks.
Oh,
So now a tally mark is just where you kind of keep track of votes one at a time until you get to 4, and then you kind of make a gate across it, and you kind of close it up and call it 5. So if we know that 8 children out of 10 chose the yogurt, that means we could maybe ask one at a time, what do you pick? And someone says, I picked the yogurt. So we go, okay, that's 1 for yogurt, right? So if you say 1 for yogurt, here we go.
Ate it.
Wait, 1 for yogurt.
Right.
And then, okay, what did you think? Oh, it's another 1 for yogurt. So you see I'm keeping track of them?
2.
Then another person said, oh, another yogurt. Another person said yogurt. Now, I'm about to put down my 5th mark.
Right.
So I'm going to kind of put this little gate across, and that way I can just visually see that's the number 5.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just look at it and see 5.
So that's the way to know it's 5.
Exactly.
I
Now,
like that.
we're not done yet, though, because we're supposed to get 8. So we ask someone else, another friend, and they go, oh, I want yogurt. So that's going to be a 6, and then a 7, and then finally an 8. So now we can just look at that, and we can see those tally marks, and we immediately see there's 5, and then I can just count the rest. 5, 6, 7, 8. Exactly.
Oh, neat.
So I know that the total, in fact, is 8. Now, the question is, if we know that there were 10 children in all, and 8 selected yogurt, since 8 is actually more than half,
Right.
we know that there's no way that pretzels or apples could be more popular than yogurt.
That is true, Professor Burger.
So without even knowing the other votes, we know we can stop right here and say, you know what? This tally chart tells us that, in fact, yogurt would be the favorite snack.
Oh, yogurt is the favorite snack. Yummy.
Yes. And so now we can actually circle that particular choice.
Right.
So we can see it right there. And now I circled it. And so now we know where, in fact, we have the favorite snack. That's it.
What if 6 children out of the 10 chose pretzel? Which snack would be the favorite? We will answer this in your Google form. Jumping on in with our lesson in our book. Make tally charts. Why is a tally chart a good way to select information that you have collected? This is lesson 10.6, found on page 605 in your book. Okay, complete the tally chart. They have already gathered the tally chart data. You need to complete it by writing the numbers or the numerals for each section. Count how many were in the card game or chose the card game. Write the answer. Count how many chose puzzle. Write the answer. Count how many chose board games. Write the answer. Then use your tally chart to answer the questions. The first question up here. Which game did the most children choose? Circle. And down below, which game did the fewest children choose? Circle. Moving on to the next page. How can you make a tally chart to show the boats at the lake? Decide if each boat has a sail. This is boats with sails, and this is boats without sails. We're going to count the boats with sails in this picture and give them a mark individually on the tally chart. They've already marked these 2 here, so we're going to make sure to show those tallies. Here's another boat with a sail and another boat with the sail. And I do not see any other boats with sails. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the total of boats with sails. Now I'm going to count and cross out each of the boats that do not have a sail. Here's 1. Give it a mark. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I cannot draw another line here. I need to cross it. As Professor Burger said in Math on the Spot, it's kind of like closing it off with a gate. So we have 5, and then we have 1 more, 6. So our total is 6. Here we go. Use the picture to complete the tally chart, then answer each question. There are zebrafish and angelfish. You can see the angelfish here in the tank, and you can see the zebrafish in the tank. Make a tally chart, counting the fish and crossing them out as you go, and then write each total here. Then take your answers from here and use them to solve the problem. How many zebrafish are in the tank? How many more zebrafish than angelfish are there? Remember, more. This is comparing them, crossing out the matches, and writing how many are left without a match. How many zebrafish and angelfish are in the tank? And is our clue there for adding. Which of these snacks do most children like the best? Ask 10 friends, make one tally mark for each child's answer. Well, because of our COVID experience, we can't go out and ask all of our friends. So we need to get creative. You can ask people in your house. You can have your parents call friends and ask the questions, or they can post it on social media. Either way, do the best you can to answer of 10 people with tally marks and then give a total. Then use your tally chart to answer the question. How many children chose pretzel? Or how many people chose pretzel? How many children or people chose yogurt? Which snack do most children or people like best? What if 6 children out of the 10 chose pretzels? Which snack would be the favorite?